喜你发财，我恭喜你精彩。最好的请过来，不好的请走开，礼多人不怪。Guys, you know I'm in China, right? You know your boy is here in China. I'm here to help. So I know some other influencers have a good heart and have your best interest in mind, but they never lived here. They don't live here. So how can you take advice for them? But I do. I'm Michael. I've been in China for 14 years. Okay, that being said, now you're asking yourself, how, if I'm in China, am I able to use TikTok? Since TikTok has been banned in China since its existence, well, I use a VPN. And every time TikTok has an update, I can update because of my VPN. So I highly suggest you start there first and keep your TikTok as long as possible. Now, I know many of you are considering using these Chinese apps. Not so easy, but I'm here to give you a little advice. Let's start with Douyin. Douyin runs just like TikTok. It's pretty much set up the same way. You can post your content, you can sell on it, and in China, the majority of Chinese people from young to old all use Douyin first. However, they're not going to understand what you're saying unless you decide to put a Chinese subtitles in there, which you can. However, you have to also realize written Chinese and verbal Chinese is not always the same. There can be differences. So you make sure to have a Chinese friend check and make sure your grammar is correct or what you're translating is correct. If you're creating content like, let's say, Trey or Advice from Lewis, or making content regarding history or information or culture, do it. Douyin's a great place to do that. My channel, I put a little bit of everything on there, and I got a lot of followers and views. I just don't stay up on it too much. Side note, Douyin is not internationally friendly, meaning there's no English in this navigation. All the navigation through the app is all in Chinese. So you're going to have a bitch of a time trying to figure out what to do where and what means what, because not everything in TikTok matches everything in Douyin. But if you really want to sell, this next app is what you want to consider, which is Xiaohongshu. I don't know why some of you guys are calling it Red Note, but Xiaohongshu translates to Little Red Book. Now, Xiaohongshu is mostly used by the younger crowd, and people who can speak English mostly use Xiaohongshu. Xiaohongshu is good for content creators, but mostly it's good for sellers. Now, if you're going to sell as an American to Chinese, don't sell electronics. You're wasting your time. We already have all the electronics here. They're more advanced than yours, and we get them quicker and cheaper. No, sell your homemade products. Sell your American products, things that you make back home. That might be successful because Chinese find imports to be interesting. And if they're importing something from America, you may find success with that. So I would suggest you start there. Like the brother who sells the Bop Tarts, give it a shot. You may have some success with that. I wish you luck. And it may be your niche for Xiaohongshu. But I would say the majority, at least in my opinion, the majority of people who scroll on Xiaohongshu really don't use Xiaohongshu for scrolling. They use Xiaohongshu for shopping or finding businesses to patron. Side note, Xiaohongshu is more internationally friendly than Douyin because it does have an English navigation system in some areas. It's still mostly Chinese, but that should help a bit. Now, when it comes to content creating, where you can be yourself and use your personality and get more creative as you do in TikTok, your app of choice will be WeChat. WeChat is great for everybody. And actually, I've been seeing a lot of your TikTok videos popping up on WeChat. WeChat has become, oh, look at that, one of my videos. WeChat has become more and more international year by year. You see everybody's video on WeChat. Oftentimes, you don't need to have Chinese subtitles. You can just post on there because a lot of foreigners here will find your channel, and there's a lot of foreigners around the world who use WeChat. They'll find you and they'll follow you. WeChat often takes longer to build a following, but it's still worth it. And Chinese are very interested in American culture, so I would highly recommend Black people post. Allies, post. Latinos, post. And Chinese will find you and they will follow you. Okay, especially I need more black people on WeChat and allies because it's starting to become like Instagram where you have a bunch of Nazis posing as other people from other races and posting racist shit on there. And a couple of brothers are fighting back and it's working. So we need more of us on WeChat. So anyway, guys, I hope that helps. You can PM me if you have any questions or you need anything. Chinese New Year is coming. And in China, we take 2 weeks off and we don't do shit. Everybody goes home. All the factories are closing. All the businesses mostly are closing. And there's going to be no business done or anything happening in China for a couple of weeks, starting around next week or so. When we come back, I will be here to start my new business, which is connecting you to factories here in China. So if you have a product that and you need to connect with a Chinese factory here, you can PM me, and for a small fee, I will go myself to that factory, find the boss, and FaceTime with you and the boss so you guys can set up some kind of deal. For a little bit more, I will stay there and help translate. 对啊，我会讲中文，不要告诉我们的丈夫。我可以帮助那个工厂的老板，让我们一起合作，然后让你越来越成功的。So guys, I hate to see what's happening. Our fucking government fucking us over as usual. But we don't have to stay like that, okay? So me being here in China, hopefully I can help you guys. Contact me and PM me if you need my help. And let's work together. Peace.